Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3-0 Take, where we talk all things Major League Baseball. Here's Kyle Corwin and Nate Reyes. It all starts right now.
Oh, welcome back to the 3-0 Take, presented by Chinook Cedary. This episode 585. I'll be your host, Kyle Corwin. I'm here with my co-host, Nate Reyes. Nate.
KC, JB, how are we? It's a nice little add-on.
Josh in the corner.
Whoo! Dude, today it officially hit me that I do miss baseball. Today was the official day. There's a mourning period. And then there's like a I'm frustrated period. And then there's like a, let me see what else is going on in life, period. And that's now come to an end. There's nothing else going on in life, and I now miss baseball. I was imagining opening day. That's the first time that I picture opening day is when the wheels start turning for me.
That's interesting. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like traditionally you've required a longer mental break than me in the off season. Would that be safe to say?
It's possible.
Because I feel like I'm usually like ready to go, but this year I'm not to say that I don't miss baseball, but I'm chilling right now. Like I'm cool. Like if the season starts tomorrow, that'd be great. But also like, let's get to Christmas. I'm cool. I've been watching a lot of Christmas movies, getting my fix, trying to get ahead of the game because I fear that December is going to fly by.
It's already like I don't like how quick it's already moving.
That's exactly what Meredith said. She's like,
it's the 3rd, but
it's really like the 12th right now.
Yeah,
real fast 3 days.
We're already moving. We're flying.
We're flying. We're a 10th of the way through.
It's good math.
Thank you.
It's good math.
I did all right with fractions.
What movies have you crossed off the list?
Christmas with the Cranks
You're a big classic Christmas movie guy.
Yes, that's right.
You like the classic black and whites.
Well,
right?
I thought you were going to say like the claymations and stuff. I was like, yeah, we have had this conversation before because I think that's where you and I differ, Nate.
Claymations freak me out. Yeah, they weird me out a little bit.
Shout out Year Without a Santa Claus.
Yeah. I mean, it's
repping. No, but
they freak me out.
I mean, I understand. We got Christmas with the Cranks. That was the first one I think of the season. That was a November watch. We
that one.
Busted that one out early. We've done both Home Alones. What else have we done?
Well, both Home Alones. There's more than 2.
No, there's not.
2. Relax. There's 2 that matter.
Yeah, you're right. No, I'm just
2 that matter.
Don't exist. The rest don't exist.
Meredith wanted to watch like a rom-com Christmas movie last night, so we did that.
Sure, name it. You can name it. That's
while
okay.
you were sleeping. Sandra Bullock.
Sandra
Bullock's a real one. Sandra Bullock's
she is a real one. I've never heard of that though. Is that new?
It's one of her earlier films for sure. She's definitely a good bit younger in that movie. I mean, relatively so. I think she's probably
sounds creepy.
Early 20s.
I don't like the title.
It is. It's a bizarre storyline. She, you know what? Story time, real quick. I won't spoil anything, but there's this like weird triangle between. I mean, you'd probably read this on the back of the movie box, but it's like this guy who has a coma or who's in a coma. He has an accident and goes into a coma, and then his brother. This weird triangle, and it all resolves itself in the end, but very bizarre. And we tried to watch Elf, but apparently can't find Elf on any streaming service right now. So
not for free.
That's fun.
Elf's worth buying though, man.
Yeah, a physical copy, so I don't have to buy it ever again because it's a great movie that I'll most certainly watch. But I don't want to have to pay $4 to watch a movie I've seen a dozen times. Like, let me just
I think they know that. They
Can I
know
ask,
that.
Exactly.
They know.
Do you have the ability to watch physical copy movies?
Do I have the ability? Of
That guy's
course I
still
do.
got the VHS DVD combo. sitting
No,
on the
no,
TV.
no. I've got the OG Xbox. I've got the 360.
Okay.
I've got the what do I have? PS4. I even have an old PC laptop over here. I think has a CD drive. We're good. We're squared away. So
So there are ways you can purchase the digital copy and have it everywhere.
sure, but
Okay.
I'm trying to get into my physical media era.
I like that.
Because you're hearing about how they're like changing all these movies retroactively now, and I'm like,
That's true. If you ever need to pull a receipt.
none of that. None
Yeah.
of that.
Well, not only that, but if the service ever goes away, it's just gone. You don't have it anymore.
Exactly.
Or
So,
if they take it
too.
off. Yeah.
That too.
anyway,
Wow, I'm only the Grinch in so far. Jim Carrey Grinch, of course.
Okay, that's worth saying.
I will say the new animated Grinch is decent. It is decent.
is it?
It's different enough
Yeah.
to still be like
Yeah,
an
it's
original
good.
story in a way.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Like, I mean,
It's different enough.
Okay. Good to
Yeah.
know.
Still, the OG.
Oh,
the
geez.
best.
Yeah. Jim Carrey's goat.
No, the OG.
He's talking like the true OG, the
Yeah,
animated.
the true OG.
Oh, that one? No, I'm not going to watch that one. It's the Jim Carrey version. I don't even recognize anything before that.
Well, that's just
Jim Carrey was put on
That's
this
ignorant.
earth to be the Grinch.
that's ignorant. Oh, well, I mean, I'll hear you on that, but to just
I'm not watching three different versions of the
to
Grinch. I
completely
can't.
just
I'll
disrespect.
stop it too.
Well, yeah, you should have stopped after the OG and the Jim Carrey. You didn't necessarily need to dabble into the new animated
you
version.
got to give it a shot. You got to give it a shot.
So,
You gotta
well,
see
then
what
you got
kids
to
are
give the
all
old. Well, you got to give the old
Yeah.
one a shot then.
It's fair.
about.
Fair's fair.
We know what that is. We know what that is.
Oh boy, Nate's in one of these modes tonight. I can already tell. I
dodged. Paige
Let's-
watched Love Actually on the plane, so I dodged that bullet. I don't have to watch that one, which is nice.
So do I get credit if my family watches them?
I don't.
But you don't.
I don't think that's
No,
how that
I don't.
works.
No, I don't
No,
watch them.
I don't think that's how that question works.
Well,
I can't figure this guy
I'm
out
going.
yet. I
I'm
really
going
don't
for the
know.
golf. I'm going for the golf score. Then.
Yeah.
Speaking of watching stuff, I put out a poll on social this week. I said, folks, if you could show somebody one all-time baseball game to make them a fan for life, what game do you show them? So I'll pose the question to you both. Because I'm gonna pull up some responses that I thought were pretty good. A lot of common answers, I'll say. In fact, I'll give you guys a second to think that over. Some of the answers, which I don't know what my singular answer would be, but I would most definitely have a short list that I could probably dwindle it down to. Like, there's a lot of Game 7 of the 16 World Series. Nate, I know that you apparently, which this is news to me as of like a week ago, that you don't remember World Series matchups like as recent as like 2000. That's just like a black hole in your baseball,
Yes.
Knowledge base,
Yes.
which is fine. It's your blind spot. It's okay.
I could probably get 70% of them right from 2000 up until this past year.
It's better than I think I originally
As
thought.
far as
Or
games,
the way
though,
you just,
like I couldn't
well,
tell you.
Game 7 of the 2016 World Series. Please tell me you know who was in that.
The 2016?
2016, yeah.
Was it the Royals?
Think curse.
Oh, the Cubs. Duh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I knew that.
Game 7 of the 2016 World Series. There's a lot of those, which I would agree. I mean, obviously with what was at stake and then the delay and all that. That's a great one. A surprising amount of people said Game 7 of this World Series.
I was gonna say that. Like, I don't know if that's just recency bias, but that was one of the greatest games I've ever watched.
It's both of those things.
Can it be both? Can we be victims of the moment, but also acknowledge that maybe it is even with enough time passing that maybe we'll look back on it as one of the games that you would show somebody if you wanted to make them a fan for life of baseball?
Yeah.
I think baseball is so interesting in this way that no one game, even if you were to show that game, I still think it's only as good if you set it up first. Like, hey, I have to tell you the story before we watch this.
And that's why Game 7's hit different, right? Because it's got 6 games telling the story.
That's right.
Up until that point, so that's fair.
A lot of Game 4 of the 2004 ALCS, which, I mean, how could you not? The Kirk Gibson walk-off game. We have some older folks in the replies. Saw some 2001, Nate, another World Series that's near and dear to your heart.
Yeah.
Game 7 of that. Yeah, there was some there. Wait, so are you saying, Nate, that's your answer right now?
Game 7 this most
of
recent
this World Series? Do you have drag do you have drag racing going on outside your office?
A little bit.
Do they meet on Wednesday nights?
I don't remember what year it was, but living in Colorado, I think just kind of had me a little more biased towards this. But when Carlos Gonzalez hit a walk-off home run to complete the cycle, that was pretty sick. That was pretty insane because Cargo had the drippiest swing and swag. I mean, top 5 for me. That one was pretty cool. I was going to say maybe 163.
That was in
the
here.
Rockies and the Padres. Like, I think that was pretty insane.
The David Freese game.
Yeah.
The Joe Carter game.
Sure.
The Bill Buckner game. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the classics. No, we don't need to talk about that.
It's hard to go back. If you were trying to get somebody to be a new fan, like to sit through the 1960 Game 7 is like,
which is why I think 2016 the Cubs win in it all. I think that's a good sweet spot because
you can tell that story without having to watch the games leading up to it. You're like, hey, it's been a million years since they've won. So
exactly.
Yeah. And everyone knows, I mean, Chicago, like it's the classic team. I think it's a good answer. It's a very good answer.
I think that might be mine for now. I think that's where I'll settle.
Yeah.
I have to say 2013 wild card game in Pittsburgh because I'm a Pirates fan. So I have to say that was
I have to put that
was a starving fan base as well.
Go Pirates!
That is another game that I will say that there are people that aren't even Pirates fans that are just, fans of game or even not even baseball fans that know a little bit about baseball. They somehow know about that game. Like, oh yeah, that game in Pittsburgh where they were yelling the guy's name and he dropped the ball and so that could be an honorable mention for me. I mean, I
think it's interesting because like the baseball game itself is not the reason, but it's that whole the way the fans were, you buy in more. You know what I mean? So it wasn't really the epic Game 7 that we just saw, which was a fantastic baseball game, which would have been a fantastic baseball game if it was on June 3rd.
Yeah. No, I mean, all of the external factors play into it, like the storylines, the build up, the fan environment, all that. So yeah, I mean, it's a question that could go many different ways, but I think 2016 might be where I settle for now. That's where I arrive. All right, let's get into some news. Feels like it happened a month ago at this point, but that's what happens when we hit the off season and we're going once a week. Sometimes we're a little late, but Dylan Cease, Blue Jays making actually multiple moves. But we'll start with Dylan Cease. Dylan Cease has signed a 7-year, $210 million contract with the Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays. I think with the way that this postseason went, with the way the World Series went, and the eagerness in which they're showing as it relates to some of these moves, the seriousness that it seems as though they're approaching this offseason with. Have we arrived at the point where we have no choice but to take the Blue Jays seriously moving forward? Maybe for an extended period of time, maybe not just this season, but beyond.
Probably. I think Bo Bichette oddly tells me a story if they bring him back. I think that kind of they're almost checking all boxes, right? Let's keep our core and our pillars together while still going out and getting better. But I mean, like, you look at the entire postseason for them, and especially in the World Series, it feels like they couldn't have played any better. They maxed out. That's the best they could have played, and they still came up short. And that says something about the Dodgers as well, because it's like the Dodgers, I felt like, got outplayed and yet still won. So they pressed all the right buttons. They played as well as they could have played, and yet you still came up short. It shows me that, like, all right, well, let's go figure out what we need to plug. And I think Cease kind of maybe having like somewhat of a mid-year last year, like, you know, especially for what we've seen out of him, like in his standards, it's probably a down year. One could argue that it's maybe somewhat of a bargain. Still $30 million a year, but it's like, I don't know. It's interesting to me that it happened quickly. And each guy's different, you know. I'm sure there's guys that are like, yeah, I want to get out of the way. I want to get settled in, like take advantage of the offseason in my new city and like get established before spring training. You know what I mean? And then there are some guys that are like, yeah, let's just maximize what these offers can be. And I think there's no doubt that Cease could have gotten similar offers elsewhere. I think it just goes to show you that, like, Blue Jays aren't messing around. But Bo Bichette, I don't know why. It's just like that to me tells me
what trajectory they're taking.
You bring him back and you're committed to all things.
I don't disagree there.
Or IKF.
Definitely not. But the move, I think there's probably a conversation about the move. Like, are you willing to play second base moving forward? Because Andres Menes looked great at short and, you know, was a top 5 glove in the game. So, like, I wonder if that's a part of the conversation, you know? But it's just, it's like let's commit to our guy. You've already done it once with Vladdy. You've now added to your roster pitching, which was coming up short. Bring back your guy. Keep the core together.
So what I'm hearing you say is your Cease edition is only going to be as good as your Bichette decision. Is sort of what I'm hearing you say.
Say it again.
Your Cease edition is only going to be as good as your Bichette decisions. You're saying if you bring Bo back, it's only going to amplify what they're doing this offseason, building off the momentum that they built in October, heading into 2026. It sounds like you're saying they're connected.
Yeah, in a way. I think it's just like the overall offseason for me. If the grade that I would give the Blue Jays is going to, I think it's important to bring back Bo Bichette.
I would agree.
Just for what he means for the team. And he had a great year last year. I know he was hurt and like missed most of the postseason, but he still had a fantastic year. And he brings an element to that lineup that is exactly what we all witnessed. It's like you guys put the ball in play, you don't strike out. And I don't know. He's been there. And to have like two cornerstone pieces that came up in the organization together, it's like, I don't know. It's just like, it's a well-established game plan, I guess. Execute it.
Another thing on Cease, I don't think I realized how checkered his success was. How like the pattern is crazy. He finished, I think it was in 2022 and 24, he finished second and fourth respectively in the Cy Young. And then in 23 and 25 was well below 500 for those that care about that, and had an ERA of like 4.5, I think.
458 and 455.
Yeah, just like, so you could argue if that's his MO, then maybe due for a bounce back. But I'm always, and I've said this before, I'm always interested, and it's a case by case situation, of course, but I'm always curious to see how being in a situation where your future is uncertain, I'm always curious how that impacts a guy. And a guy like Dylan Cease, who I just feel like for the last three years, we could probably call it, has just been constantly in the news, on the block. What's happening with this guy? Could he end up elsewhere? He's being pursued by X, Y, and Z teams. And I just wonder how that has impacted his ability to just be where his feet are, and maybe having a little bit of long-term security now.
Maybe that plays into the decision of like committing this early,
right? Which is what I was going to say. Combined with the fact that it's long-term, he did it early, like you said, Nate. Get in and get after it. I think we could be on the cusp of a bounce back for C. So that should be interesting to see. Another move they made, Cody Ponce, 3-year, $30 million deal, bringing him over from the KBO. Was the KBO's MVP, going 17-1 with a 1.89, 252 strikeouts with 41 walks and 180 2/3 innings for the Hanwha Eagles.
Look, I mean, JB, don't get mad at me. No disrespect. I've never heard of this guy. I've never heard of him. I like, good for you of what you did over the pond, but like I've never heard of this guy. Did you hear about this guy? Did you know who this guy was before, pre-MVP of a different league? Did you know who he was?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
No.
Why is it? I don't know why it's getting like, it's being talked about a lot.
No doubt.
Which is cool, because like I love a story of like,
love a good
like
KBO success story.
Couldn't make it, MLB, go reinvent yourself in another league. Now you have an opportunity to come back. Dope. Cool story. I've never heard of the guy. I don't.
What's kind of blowing my mind on this is usually when a move like this is made and a team makes, I mean, I use air quotes, makes a splash, they go over and get a guy, bring him back from the KBO. It's never for more than like
$12. Yeah.
So, I was going to say like talking serious though, like max like 10, 12, $15 million. When I saw $30 million, I'm like, granted, it's an AAV of 10, but I'm like, that's still a somewhat of a hefty price tag for a guy that clearly just don't know ball as it relates to Cody Ponce. No disrespect. But when I saw the move, I was like, well, it seems like the Jays are serious, but I just don't entirely know what this move means for them. I don't know. Josh, tell us about him. He's a Pirate.
Yeah, he was the guy that we got in a trade with Milwaukee. I think it was Jordan Lyles. And there we go. Listen to this. Listen, there's not a lot of good to talk about when he was with the Pirates. He's got stuff, and he had stuff. The stuff was always there. But I mean, he didn't make it.
Is he
I
a
got
starter? What?
Yes.
Well, obviously, because he just
he's obvious 29 starts. I mean, those numbers in the KBO are no joke. Where do you have the KBO? That would be my question. Is it somewhere between AA and AAA? Do you think it's higher than that? Like that, I guess that's my question because, I mean, he had a 2.70 ERA in Japan in 24, but that was in there. I looked it up before we talked about it. That was in their minor league, the Japanese minor league, when he was in the actual like Pacific League. He had a 6.72 ERA. So like this is 1 year of this. 1 year in the KBO. Those numbers are no joke. 181 innings, 252 strikeouts with a 0.9 whip is fantastic.
Yeah, 3 years. Just nuts.
Man, I don't know.
I would have given the guy 3 years, $6 million, and I'm sure he would have said yes to that. You're giving me a guarantee to come back and pitch for something that matters? Like $30 million has got to be an overpay.
He's married to George Kittle's sister. I don't know why everybody wants to bring that up, but we may as well. Everybody else does.
How does so many people know about this guy? I've never heard of him before. I don't.
God forbid a white guy gets a little motion. Look,
well, and Ryan Weiss, who was his teammate over there in the KBO, also just signed with. I already forgot.
I don't think it matters that much.
Yeah, I'm just not.
We're just gonna call a spade here. I don't.
My gosh.
Astros signed Weiss.
No disrespect.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
No, and the thing is too, I've heard of him because my team traded for him right before he left the league. You know what I mean?
I get it.
I didn't hear about him when he was pitching with Milwaukee.
I get it. I mean, I understand. I'm just like, so many details have come out about this guy. Our group chat was blowing up about him today, and I'm like, I've never heard of this joker. And
no, you know what, Nate? You're right. Let's stand our ground. Forget the whole like, oh, you don't know ball. No, shut up. To anybody who's going to sit here and act like they have like Cody Ponce's resume in their notes app, like ready at any moment to just like let rip at a party. Relax.
Staying up till 3 a.m. to watch some starts over in the KBO.
Yeah, who's watching Cody Ponce's highlights mixtape? Relax, okay? In fact, you know what? I'm gonna no disrespect. This is no slight to Cody Ponce, but I'm gonna go to YouTube. I'm gonna type in Cody Ponce highlights.
Can we watch them? Can you throw it up?
No, I'm not gonna throw it up.
While you're looking that up, let me just say, like, we read off the Cody Ponce numbers, right? Ryan Weiss last year in the KBO, same team, had a 2.87 ERA in 30 starts and 178 innings, which is like the same, right? Not as many strikeouts, slightly high, like 1.02 whip, like still fantastic. And he was good the year before, right? The Astros signed this guy to a 1-year deal guaranteeing him, major league deal, guaranteeing him $2.6 million.
Bang. That deal makes sense. And honestly, somebody should go get this pitching coach because he's clearly the common denominator here. So 3 years, 30 is just absurd. I don't understand that. I don't know. He's probably going to dice. I don't know. Like that.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of all caps YouTube video titles. So apparently this is a huge deal that we apparently just missed the boat on. But we're going to talk about another deal now. Enough Jays talk. Let's talk New York Mets. Devin Williams, Yankee legend Devin Williams has reluctantly moved across town. Just dismantled the Yankees organization, the Yankees franchise, brick by brick.
Just lost us the division.
And then that's a true. I mean, I was just talking about the beard thing, but you're right. He was kind of booty cheeks too. So this is like a multifaceted dismantling. So good on you for bringing that up. Just comes in for a year, says, I don't like the way things are going around here. I'm going to mix things up. does the things we just mentioned, and then says, I'm heading across town. So how do you feel, Nate, about losing a pinstripe legend? 3-year, $51 million deal with the Mets. This has to hurt.
Oh, I'm devastated.
You have to be losing sleep night after night.
Devastated. By the way, side tangent, the amount of people on social media that spell losing with 2 O's blows my mind. It's horrendous. Why is it? It's so common. Anyway, the Mets yet again just grabbing some sloppy seconds from the Yankees. I mean, this is just seems like an annual tradition at this point. Enjoy? I don't know. Like the guy was awful. He was miserable. And he has like the worst body language I've ever seen on any pitcher ever on a mound before. Like
that's the
worst body language.
So far from being correct.
Watch any highlights in a Yankee uniform and you're like, somebody kicked this guy's dog every day in front of him. The guy was just beaten down.
The man punted Baxter.
Good movie. Just high maintenance. And
did he attend the school of Marcus Stroman?
Probably. There's a little bit of that rubbed off, I believe. A little bit of that.
Was he a student
soft,
there?
Dude. He's just soft with a W, like SAWFT. Soft.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're gonna sign your name to that take?
Yes. Devin Williams.
And spelling right after telling everybody they spelled losing wrong.
SAWFT. Soft. See ya. Have fun. I don't like what you think the lights aren't as bright over there? Like Mets fans are miserable.
Well, I mean, I'm a Red Sox fan, and I can even acknowledge that the lights aren't as bright in Queens. Who are
Definitely
we kidding?
Not as bright, but
who are we kidding?
It's still the added pressure. It's still you
Sure.
guys suck. It's still all this money. Like I don't know. Good luck. He's was awful as a closer. The only way he was like somewhat manageable down the stretch is because like they had to pick and choose when they used him, and it was as a setup man, if not more like a middle relief. Like he was awful. I don't know. Maybe it was a fluke. I don't know. But like clearly there's a disconnect. Something in the water in Milwaukee, I guess. I don't know. That's like maybe that's the stuff in Space Jam, you know? Special stuff. Not the New York water. Good for bagels, bad for Devin Williams.
Realistically, though, you think based on what you saw, I mean, like, what do you think happens with the Mets? Do you think it ends up better for him there than in the Bronx? Do you think it's going to be more of the same? Do you think it's going to somehow be worse because it's the Mets?
It's hard to say because like we just had this conversation about like Sonny Gray. Like there are certain pitchers that like the philosophy just doesn't work in certain places. And like the Yankees are very specific about how they go about their pitching philosophy. And some guys fit and some guys don't. And he complained about the pitch calling for a while. And it was the first few months of, not agreeing. And then he puts the little thing on his belt and he starts calling pitches. And it's like, well, now what? You're calling your own pitches and you still suck. And like, I don't know the guy, what a waste. Honestly, bring back the beard policy just because of this.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to if you didn't. Is there any What's the deal there? Is there a realistic chance they bring this thing back?
I freaking hope so. That'd
Well,
be
when you
funny.
say beard policy, you mean no facial hair policy.
Yeah.
But yeah, is it
The Yankees said that they had been having this discussion for years, and that Hal had been approaching different people in the organization to get their opinion, players, and then it really kind of said something when Devin Williams came over and was like, "Hey, like, just a heads up, like, I'm not about it, and I'm pretty sure there's other guys in the league that like specifically will say no to coming here because of this."
which
Which
they
in my
had to have
mind is-
known,
I don't know how you don't know that.
right?
So I don't know. I know everyone's like, oh, they changed the policy for him. It's hard to say. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm glad he's gone. How about that?
As a non-Yankee fan, I gotta say it would have. I don't know. We've had this conversation. Like we talked about it when they made the announcement that they were getting rid of the rule. But I had to say, and I feel like I said this back when they announced it, that even though personally I think it's fine to have facial hair and play baseball at the major league level, I do think it is unique that the Yankees have that. I think that it's unique that they've had it for almost 50 years.
Yeah.
However, I feel like it would have been a little more interesting if the year they did it would have been their World Series run. Technically last year, but 2 seasons ago now, 2024. And I'm like, oh, okay, like this is interesting. Maybe it like affects.
Maybe there's something there.
Yeah, maybe there's something there. But they do it in a year when nothing happens.
Right.
Ultimately. And it's prompted by a guy that's now playing across the street a year later. That's what's so funny. Like this to me is a thing that would happen to the Mets, ironically enough. Like this just seems like it would be some
A little bit of an identity crisis.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the Mets just Metsin, but
Yeah.
it happened to the Yankees. So that's what's interesting.
I mean, look, I think Devin Williams catfished a lot of people. I think we thought that guy had a tough jawline. And then when that
Yikes.
beard went away, it was like, your chin, you got a soft chin, guy. And now we can see
AWF.
and now we can see that like you're kind of soft. Because of this, you've been outed. Hence, the poor performance. I think that explains all of it.
Wow.
Bring the policy back, honestly. I think that's funny.
Devin Williams added the newest name on Nate's list. The list doesn't even have a name, but it's his list.
We had the same record as the Blue Jays, and that guy blew like 17 games last year. So enjoy.
I was
luck.
genuine. It got to the point. It was so bad. I got to the point where I was excited when Devin Williams was getting the call.
It was insane.
I was like, how creatively are they going to lose this game?
It took so long to take him out of that spot, and I
that
didn't
was
understand
nuts.
why, because he was a rental.
That was nuts. Another reliever from the aforementioned Mets, Ryan Helsley, albeit a short stay, heading to Baltimore on a 2-year deal worth $28 million with an opt-out after the first season. Talking about a guy that was kind of booty cheeks. His last 2 months, I believe, posted a 7.20.
That's the start of my phone number.
Sure is.
Don't.
I don't want to dox you.
JB didn't want me to put it out there.
No.
I'll put it out there. Posted a 7.20.
Millions of people watching.
Posted a 7.20.
202.
Relax, guy. Relax. So So I don't know. I'm gonna keep saying it. We've been clamoring. I won't speak for you, but I have been clamoring for the Orioles to just make some moves. And I'm not talking about, no disrespect, I'm not talking about Tyler O'Neill. Like, I'm talking actual long-term moves, not a Corbin Burns. As great as that worked out for him, at least in the short term, I'm talking substantial long-term moves to where you're spending money, you're spending your prospect capital that you so obviously have, and the league knows it, to improve your major league ready team at the major league level now. Like,
Yeah, stop doing lottery tickets. This
And
is stupid.
no, I mean, I'm not like, I know I said all that to, it may sound like I'm knocking this move. It's not that I'm knocking this move, but it's like, okay, this and what else? Like, what else are you planning to do? Because I'll be honest, I haven't heard the O's really seriously connected to much of anything this offseason. And I know I've said it before. I've pretty much done I've done a pretty good job of staying out of the rumor mills, staying out of the nonsense.
Get caught up in a little bit.
I know it's a slippery slope. I understand that. Right. So I'm doing what I can to stay away from that slope, because I know the second I look over the edge, it's literally downhill from there. But even for the stuff I've seen at, high level stuff, I'm not really seeing them tied to much. So it's like, if you're not even this is the time where everybody seems to be tied to, every team is tied to everybody. And if you're not really in the mix, even at this stage of the game, what is that? I know you're not working in the shadows, because you haven't given us any reason to believe that that's what you're doing right now. So what else? What else is there to do? What else are you going to do? And I'm not filled with much hope if I'm an Orioles fan.
Me neither. I don't like it. I don't like the way they've been operating for the last year and a half. Doesn't make any sense. You have a bunch of pieces. You have only so many guys you can play. And you're like, Gary Sanchez. Let's do that. Tyler O'Neill.
Eloy Jimenez.
Like, what? Dude, forgot about that name.
How about that, Paul?
That's absurd. What are we doing? Go get people. I'm lost. Is Adley Rutschman broken? He seems to be a shell of himself. What's going on in Baltimore?
What's going on in Boston? Sonny Gray I don't know, man.
This guy's a clown.
Oh my, I hate this.
You know it too. You know he's a clown.
I know. I'm not going to agree that he's a clown, but I'll agree with you in that I just don't like this. I wasn't a fan of this. And I'll have to, Josh, maybe you can pull him up, or Nate, if you're familiar with the receipts that are being pulled. Apparently Yankee fans are clapping back with their seats. I didn't get that far into the game with this whole situation, but I saw the comments that he made. He said, quote, "It feels good to me to go to," and for those, if you've been living under a rock, Sonny Gray signed with the Red Sox recently. And after the fact, I think after it was made official, was talking about, how it feels to be here and yada, yada, yada. And it's talking about his stint with the Yankees. He said, "It feels good to me to go to a place now where, you know what, it's easy to hate the Yankees, right? The Yankee stint just wasn't a good situation for me. It wasn't a great setup for me and my family. I never wanted to go there in the first place. When that was happening and we were in Oakland and getting traded, that was a long time ago. I never wanted to go there. So then I was there with the Yankees, and it just didn't really work for who I am." But the line that's being hyper fixated on is the part where he says, I never wanted to go there in the first place. Why? Why?
He wants the sauce.
No, he doesn't. He's Sonny Gray. He doesn't. He's not about that. He's this only puts an unnecessary target on his back for, I don't know, the wrong reasons. This seems so pointless. Like I'm all for a guy coming in and trying to like rile up the fan base in the city and all that. I get that, but like, just do it in a way that resonates with those people and not like this. Like when Martin Perez came into town, he was quoted, I don't know if it was on Carabas's podcast or some other media outlet, but he was like, you know what, F the Yankees. And everybody was getting all hyped up because like, all right, yeah, this guy just comes in. He's going to try to, light up the Yankees when he's on the bump. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like you come in, you make it clear that like, oh, okay, I don't really like the Yankees. But to go in and like, and reference the time that you were there and try to like rewrite history, like it just wasn't sitting right with me. And I'm like, you could have easily just not taken this route and just avoided this. And now it's a story and now people are talking about it. And now it's going to carry into the 2026 season, no doubt. But then what I was saying earlier is there was apparently people pulling receipts from things he had said, I guess, while he was in New York or when he got, when he got moved there. I don't know. I didn't go that far back. I don't remember what he said. Did he say he enjoyed it when he was there? I don't know.
There was something about, because it got further into this same interview where he said all this stuff the last couple of days, because he was wearing a 2007 World Series hat,
right?
Which, again, if you don't know, the Red Sox won.
How did they win that one?
I remember that one.
How did they win that one?
Swept the Rockies. I remember that one.
Yep. Sure did.
He had talked about how he loved the 2007 World Series team and that he followed because he was in high school and he followed them and it was like a big deal for him. Well, the receipts that are coming out is when right after he got traded to the Yankees, he did the same thing and said the same thing about the 2009 World Series with CeCe and AJ Burnett and how he loved to witness that. And they said he loved New York. He was happy that he landed there during his press conference. So it's like, you're just running it back. But now, like, why don't you just admit that you sucked? Like you weren't good and it was a bad, like, it's fine to say it's a bad fit. There's nothing wrong with that. I appreciate players kind of putting the PC answer and like the copy paste answer to the side and actually being honest.
Have some accountability.
Exactly. Don't like manufacture this like weird, like, I hated it there. I always hated it. It's like, you just sound like a child at this point. So good luck. It's going to be interesting.
I don't like honestly, now that you're talking about it, like with the manufacturing element of it, that combined with Schlittler, there's too much manufacturing going on with this rivalry. We need like
Schlitt's a dog. I like him.
Okay. Yeah. We'll see
Sonny
about
Gray
that.
is also soft.
Well, we'll see about that. What? No, you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen with that is now that Devers is out of the equation, Garrett Cole's in the clear. Now we're just going to have to figure out who on this current Red Sox team is going to fill Rafi's role. And now Schlittler is going to be the new Cole, and he's going to pair up with the Red Sox bat that's just going to own him for the next for however many years. That's what's inevitably going to happen. But that's besides the point. There's too much manufacturing going on in this rivalry now, and it should never be that way. There's no need to manufacture. There's too much.
I hate
in the equation here that none of that should be happening.
Well, we talked about it like I think last year. I don't remember specifically who. But I'm just very over the like, oh, here's a picture of me as a kid in Little League wearing this team. Like I've been rooting for this team since I was
as if you had a choice.
And it's like, okay, dude, whatever. Like we all played on stupid teams when we were in Little League, and there's bound to be a year that ends up being correlating with like where we are in real life. You know what I mean? It's like,
Well, for the record, my first ever T-ball team, I was a Philly, and I am an honorary Phillies fan. So
I was a Rocky. I'm an honorary Rocky fan.
there you go.
I was a Cardinal a lot. A lot.
You
Like,
sure were.
we 6 years I was a
we
Cardinal.
shared many many
Yeah.
teams.
You were an Astro.
Yeah, man. If I pulled a rookie and I made it to the bigs at 40, and they wanted to pull a picture,
You try it out.
I'll try it out. If they wanted to pull a little league picture, I've got plenty of teams they could
That's
choose
what
from.
I'm saying.
I was a
Just
member
like,
of the White
enough.
Sox. I was a Diamondback. I was an
I was a
Astro.
Diamondback as well. Yeah.
That was the purple and teal.
That
days.
was nice.
Real
That was
nice.
Yeah.
Orioles, Cubs, Mariners.
I was an
Think is this what I
Oriole.
got?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was a National and a Giant.
I was also Blue Jay.
Crazy. I don't even remember there being a Blue Jay in
I
the
was young. I was young days.
Yeah.
I was a Ranger. I covered my bases,
league. Yeah,
man.
see what I'm like, enough.
Anyway,
Stop trying
yeah.
to dig up and like it's stupid. Just go. This is like your 5th team. Just go say I want to help this team win. And you know, I didn't like my time in New York. I didn't do well. And, you know, I'm excited to go pitch there again now that I've developed into who I am. You know what I mean? Like it's very easy to throw shade subtly versus like this like weird, like, I actually never liked it there and I never wanted to go there. Okay, bro. Sounds good.
Speaking of helping a team, a guy that most likely won't even have to worry about doing that this year, Anthony Rendon. The Angels are talking about buying out this last year of his contract. Sorry, I mean that was a little disrespectful. I'm sorry,
I think it was right on.
but I'm kind of over it.
Go away. I'm super tired of this.
Angels are talking about buying out the last $38 million.
What's the, I guess
He's appeared in 205 of the 810 games. 205 out of 810 games.
It's
Anthony
not even that.
Rendon.
It's also vocally being like, baseball's not the most important thing. It's like, okay, guy. Sounds good. What's the buyout? Fill me in here. I guess maybe I don't know ball. I don't understand the whole like, can we just release him? I know the money's guaranteed, but like, what's the advantage of buying him out versus just releasing him? I guess I just don't know the difference really.
I don't know how the details of that process fall into place, but the Angels and Boris would have to finalize it. So it's more I think it's more complex than something being triggered and then him just riding off into the sunset. I think there has to be a more intense conversation that has to follow suit.
Once upon a time, I feel like I heard something. I don't know if it's true or not, but do teams take out like insurance policies on these contracts? You know what I mean?
Isn't
Like,
this a
not
conversation that we
necessarily-
had where
I feel like we talked about this.
where we said that it should be something that happens, but that it doesn't, or does it?
I think they can. I think they have.
It's just not an everyday occurrence necessarily.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know.
You know what it was? I think we had this conversation when that Strasburg saga was going down.
Yeah.
When they were just like, yeah, actually, no, we don't really like you anymore. See ya. That was weird.
Yeah.
I think that's when we revisited this conversation.
I want to say that that's a thing. I have a feeling it's a thing. But like the most hated man in baseball, potentially.
I mean,
I mean,
he doesn't
worse.
like baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hate and baseball go together in the same sentence when it comes to Anthony Rendon, I guess you could say. But, I mean, worst contract for sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, right? I mean,
Yeah. I think so. Played a quarter of the games, not even.
200 and I'll say it again, 205 out of 810 games over the past 5 seasons.
That's terrible.
And like you said, if you threw in some bites over the last few years of him being like nothing more, like I love nothing more than this game. I mean, obviously taking into account family and all that, but you know, the guy,
Yeah.
you've heard guys come about like, I love this game, man. Nothing in this world means more to me than just going out there and just giving it all for my team, blah, 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 blah. I just don't feel like we really got that sentiment. And even if we did, it wasn't commonplace enough given the circumstances. The things that stood out were you remember the year where they like didn't disclose the injury or something and he was sort of dismissive of the whole thing.
Yeah. And then like the trainer was like, nah, he's actually fine. Like that whole thing.
Yeah, and then you got the scuffle in Oakland with the fan.
Yeah, he swung
Like,
at a guy. What?
just super,
This guy sucks. Get it, go away.
just a super bizarre, just a fall off is what it was, really. Like a massive, massive fall off. So yeah, I mean, injuries suck. I'm not going to sit here and like be happy that the guy like missed so much time because if you even remotely care
Yeah,
about
but
baseball, like
I think there's injuries and then there's this.
Yeah.
I think Byron Buxton has an injury, a history full of injury, but like the guy
Sure.
still gets out there and plays and gives it his best. And, you know, because of his style of play, he kind of forces his way into another injury. Anthony Rendon just like doesn't do anything. Nothing.
So let me ask you this. He's got the 2026 contract that he's signed for, right? Guaranteed money, $38 million, all that stuff. This is the last year on his contract. What the Angels are really saying is, we don't want you to play for us anymore. So let's work something out. If I release you right now, I have to pay you $38 million. So instead, let's do something mutual here. Let me defer some of that money. Give me some payroll flexibility right now. There's no way Boris is going to let him walk away without $38 million. And if you're doing him a solid minimum,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you're doing the team a solid, I'm probably going to, if I'm Scott Boris, knowing the way that he works, he's going to ask for a little bit more. Let's defer some of that money, give you some flexibility. I'll walk away. We don't have to talk about it anymore. But like 10 years from now, we're still going to be talking about the fact that they're paying $4 million to Anthony Rendon.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. With the optics with him and his situation are so bad right now. If the report came out that like, hey, the buyout agreement between the team and Boris was that they actually bumped it up to, you know, whatever amount. I don't know what they would bump that up to, but so that they could defer it and sort of make up, you know, sort of bridge that gap a little bit. You're telling me that the optics aren't going to be 10 times worse if it comes out that like they're actually on the hook for more for longer like that. I mean, I totally hear what you're saying. And I think payroll flexibility here and now is very important, especially if you're just trying to get them out the door. But I'm like, I just don't see a situation where the Angels come out looking good here. Like any way I feel like you go, it's gonna look bad.
Didn't they just sign Alek Manoah?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Alek Manoah and the Angels
What
agreed
is
on
this
a deal
organization? I don't.
on a deal yesterday, 1 year deal worth $1.95 million. And quite frankly, I feel like that's $1.95 million too much. The the unnecessary nature of this move cannot be stressed enough. I mean, why?
The slap in the face that it is to your prospects at a certain point where it's like, I'd rather just see what we have in our system. And I know this is probably the worst system to say that about, specifically about pitching. But I'd rather see what we have in a guy. I don't understand.
Well, I mean, where are we at with the guys that they drafted? That was that 3 years ago now?
Or the whole draft?
The whole draft is pitchers. Like, where are we at with their development? Because maybe we're at a point where it's like, all right, now maybe we can.
I watched one of those TikToks where there was like, where are these draft picks now? And it went over that. And I think that there's only like one of them that is still relevant.
Five of their top 6 prospects are
Classic
pitchers
Angels.
right now.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, let's give that guy a shot.
To be fair,
you're not going to compete. You're not going to go win immediately, especially with nearly $40 million tied up in the waste of space of Rendon. It's like, why not use somebody who's, I'm not saying that the 1.95 is like a huge cap hit here, but it's like,
No, but it's still too much.
we know what he is. We know we already know. I'd rather them go sign Joey Gallo that's trying to come back as a pitcher than Alek Manoah. This is dumb. Let your prospects come up and prove it. Freaking Angels.
not to mention trading for Grayson Rodriguez.
Oh, I forgot about that. What a dumpster fire.
I don't know. I've had a little bit of time. I feel like even in the moment when we talked about it, I wasn't completely against it. Like I mean, I think there's some. I feel like there's some upside there. That's just a roll the dice.
Let's recap at the end of this offseason and just list off the number of moves and what moves the Angels made. I'm going to hate most of them.
That's a quote. Let's get into some DMs, shall we?
Yeah, please.
Max
Ruin
asks,
my day. JB hits me with a, don't forget Grayson Rodriguez. Like, oh, I want to visit all the ballparks. I don't think I ever want to go there. It's a decent ballpark, but what a garbage organization.
Max asks, actually, hold on real quick. What's a surprise stadium that most people would consider like not good that you would be more willing to go to than Angel Stadium?
A surprise stadium.
Like one that might, shock us a little bit because it's commonly labeled as maybe a little doo-doo ballpark that you would be more willing to go to than Anaheim.
Miami.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the kind of answer I was looking for. Well done. Bravo. I was just curious. Because I can't imagine Anaheim being that bad. Is it that bad?
I mean, I'd rather go to Anaheim than like a White Sox game.
Sure.
I've been there. That's the most boring ballpark ever. I was 8 and I knew that.
Oh, you've been there?
Yeah. Were you on that team? We were in, I think, like the Midwest, and then we were taking like a road trip back, and someone on the team was connected with Rocco Baldelli when he was a Devil Ray. Like at one point,
Weird.
I had a ball signed by Rocco Baldelli as a Devil Ray. And we went there, and I remember getting a Frank Thomas pin because it was the day after he had just hit like his 400th home run.
Wow.
Vibes are high.
I was not there. I've
Then I'm
never
sitting
been
there and I'm like, this place stinks.
I've never been to Rate Field.
I think it was U.S. Cellular back then.
That sounds right.
But I remember being there with my team, and Rocco Baldelli's like coming out of the dugout and being like, "What's up, boys?" and like throwing us signed baseballs. I'm like, good
Rocco!
stuff. Yeah. Didn't know who he was. Go on to lead the Twins to
Mediocrity. No, I'm just kidding. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
ricochets.
Just factual ricochets. Max wants to know the greatest championship trophy in pro team sports between the NHL, NFL, NBA, and MLB.
Greatest trophy, like physically the trophy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a hot take. I don't think the Vince Lombardi trophy is all that great. I think it's an okay trophy. I think it's just kind of a boring trophy.
I'm gonna go ahead and say the Stanley Cup.
The Stanley Cup is hands down the right answer.
well,
That's the thing.
It's not really a hot
Massive.
take, but like
It's a mini fridge, and it's like it's sick. That
Well,
thing's dope.
I mean, I love what they do in hockey, and I mean, this is in fact what they do. Correct? It's the same trophy, and it just gets passed around, and it just
All
gets
the guys-
updated.
All the guys just drink booze out of it.
Drink it, yeah. I mean, come on, like
That's cool.
You want to? I mean, no disrespect to the other sports that obviously you have to work to earn that. I'm not saying the other sports don't, but like you want to talk about having to earn like a trophy that you got to earn like that. You're putting life and limb out there.
There's something legendary about the size of it, and then them like skating around after they win it, and there's just one guy holding it up, and it's like a full on trash can. You know what I'm saying? Like that thing's huge.
I'm not necessarily a hockey guy, but when
neither,
when
but
you
that's
mention
the
that, my
answer.
mind immediately goes to Ovi because I mean, obviously not too far, but that's the image that plays in everyone's head around here. So
Yeah, that's the right answer. I can't even really think of the NBA trophy.
I just had to look it up.
it's gold with the ball. It's like
Oh, it's like on the rim. Oh, that one sucks.
on the
Is
rim.
that? I don't think
It's
that's
supposed to be
it's-
like a rim, right?
Oh, I guess there is like a net imprint on the
Yeah.
gold base. It looks close to NFL.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
looks
like
close.
Lombardi-esque.
It is.
Is it,
Oh yeah, I see. Okay,
isn't the MVP trophy just like the same thing, just smaller?
I don't know.
I feel like it is. The NBA is
I will say the
washed.
Stanley Cup it even goes further than that.
I think it is. Yeah,
my
Bill-
father-in-law's
Bill
drank
Russell
out of
Award.
the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, that's I
Like
mean,
the
Stanley
fan
Cup
bases get to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's sick, dude. I do love our World Series trophy. I think it is.
Yeah.
It's a very
course,
creative
yeah.
trophy. I think
it's a beautiful
really-
trophy.
It
like,
really
yeah.
is.
Artistically,
it's a good-looking trophy.
Oh yeah,
But
big
like,
fan.
it's hard to beat a mini fridge that's got a ton of things
mini fridge.
etched in it. You know what I mean? That's
dents
sick.
and bruises and nicks
Yeah,
and
the guys just take it home, like eating a bowl of cereal out of it. Like
I think
that's
going back to Ovi, didn't he? I mean, I'm sure a bunch of guys have, but he like slept with it the night they won or something. like,
yeah.
crazy. Well,
Yeah.
I guess they didn't sleep that night, but maybe
What were the
next
other
night.
options? Was there anything else? Was it just our
Just the four.
four major ones?
We covered
the NBA should just ship it in. By the way, that thing is
Agreed.
that league is in dire straits.
Speaking of the league, Chris wants to know what are our plans to keep the MLB from going on strike in 2027? What are our
plans
thoughts?
physically?
Yep.
You and me?
What are our thoughts? Yeah. That
What do
we're
we
gonna,
need to do?
Well, I mean, I think, calling a spade here, we're historically pro players. So we got to look at this through the lens of, coming to the table on the side of the MLBPA. So that's the side of the discussion table we will be on. So what is it that we're going to throw out there?
It's hard to say, man. I don't know where like the biggest issues are for the players at the moment. Like I feel like the players are coming out on top more often than not. You know, I feel like things are pretty solid at the moment. I know they're not, but like from the players' perspective, it's like, what more could you want? I know the salary stuff is like the biggest thing.
That is the biggest thing. And we look at like the rule changes that have been proposed in previous CBAs and things like that. And at the end of the day, players are going to, share their thoughts on social media and, have their sound bites and this and that. But at the end of the day, let's be real here. They're not looking at that with the same weight that they're looking at the conversation of salary cap and salary floor. Like that's what the players care most about. That's what these owners care most about. And I feel like that's really coming to a head with this upcoming CBA. And I feel like that's the primary talking point. And if I don't know, like if they can't, it sounds like it's basically guaranteed that we're not playing. Like that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, that we're just not, we may as well just, you mentioned shipping it in. Sounds like we may as well ship in the 2027 season. So, I don't know if there's anything you can throw out there that would avoid that, because we saw how the last CBA went. They get so entrenched. You saw how the COVID stuff went down. You just get so entrenched in your points of view. You get in these echo chambers on social. You get, like I said, you get these players sharing their thoughts and opinions about the individual issues on social, and then the fans are like, yeah, we're with you. And then you get the people that are like, stop being babies. You play a kid's game for millions of dollars, and it just ends up being this big mess, and then we get nowhere. So I just don't know if there's anything you can throw out there.
That's what I'm saying, is I feel like MLBPA has won in these past agreements. I feel like that, like the minor league guys are getting paid more. They're getting more security. You have the whole revenue sharing, right? Like we saw that with I think it is the A's this past year, of like needing to get over a certain threshold for payroll in order to qualify or continue to qualify for revenue sharing. Like I think there's certain things that are going in the right direction for the players' perspective. I get where they're coming from as far as the owners needing to spend thing, but like I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd hate to see a lockout.
We don't have enough time for all of my thoughts on this. You know that.
Yeah. No, we don't.
Coming from a broke franchise fan over here. However, I will say that I don't think that that's entirely true. I think there's some of that with minor leagues getting paid and everything. But there are more players in the league pre-ARB than are getting $300 million contracts. And so I think that the idea that like the players have always been getting what they want, I think there's a lot more voices, especially how young this game is right now. There's a lot more voices, pre-ARB players, even first-year ARB players, who are saying, I could stand to make more money. And I think any time you start talking about revenue sharing increasing, which is what would need to happen in order to fund a floor, right? There would need to be more revenue sharing money going around in order to fund that baseline to go up. As a Pirates fan, I can say the Pirates can spend more money, but not to the level of what you would think. Like if they spent $150 million, they'd go broke, right? They couldn't do it. But and that's not factual. That's a roundabout number. But either way, I think there's a lot that players could get earlier in their career. And if you think that something like this goes down and players as a result can go to free agency after 4 or 5 years instead of 6.
Yeah.
You're talking being on this side of 30 going to free agency. You know what I mean?
I could see getting rid of maybe, or limiting the pre-ARB years, dropping that down, or dropping down the overall, years of protection, and I think
increasing the money.
And probably creating some type of penalty around the service time manipulation that teams are doing. Like, some of that, which I think there's been different rules that have been added in. So it's, I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know how to fix it. I think, maybe we just kidnap Rob Manfred's granddaughter and hold her for ransom and just say, hey, let's make sure we play in 2027.
Let's go on record as saying that's not happening.
It's not happening. We don't know yet. I'll wait for 2027. I don't even know if he has a granddaughter, but I'll for sure take his dog. He probably has a cat.
We're on we're on a slippery
You asked me what
ice.
I would do personally. Who wrote that DM?
I mean, we go from revenue sharing to kidnapping. That's quite a leap.
There's only so much I'm capable of, KC. And
all right, well, hopefully you got a little left in the tank because Murray is coming up with a question a week. I feel like we almost need to make it a standalone segment. Just the Murray question of the week.
That's fine.
Maybe even a little jingle. I don't know. The
Murray's question of the week.
Done.
You like that?
There you go. I might just clip that. There you go. Murray wants to know, you're on a deserted island, 3 movies, go.
I don't want to go first.
I know one of the movies I'm taking, Miracle.
Good one.
In the last year, I've really I've really grown in my conviction that is one of my all-time favorite movies. Like I've always loved that movie, but the last year I'm like, I need to come to terms with the fact that this is just an all-time favorite for me.
Okay. What else you got? Round it out.
I could throw Saving Private Ryan into the mix.
Good. Really good.
Get a little bit of action there, mixed up with the sports, but probably lean heavy on the sports. Invincible is another great one.
It's been a while. I haven't visited that.
Actually, no. I'm going to go, you know what? I'm going to cover my bases here. I'm going to go Miracle, Saving Private Ryan, and 50 First Dates.
Yeah, you almost got to think about getting a comedy in there.
I hope I'm on a different island.
Oh, I think I'm just going to rattle them off.
There will not be any slander of any of those 3 films. We'll just go ahead and get that cleared up.
No Chris Farley?
I can't.
No Sandlot?
I said what I said. Okay, this is a conversation for another day. We've actually talked about this on here before, but I will forever love Sandlot, but it's harder for me. What?
It's just in its place in time.
Yeah, like I can't carry that into like my 70s and 80s being like, hey, this is my favorite movie of all time. Like and it was hard. It was hard for me to to admit that. But like I'm 32 and I just have to look at other options here.
Is it because of the perception of that? Because you're on a deserted island for the rest of your life. There's no other people there. You can like whatever you want.
It's fair. I'm not going to say like I've outgrown it. Like I don't mean that because I still enjoy the movie, but like it's just I think it's served its role for the appropriate portions of my life. And now I need to adjust I just need to refresh my list, you know?
You've put more thought into this.
If I have the same favorite movie list now as I did when I was 10, that says a lot about me. You know, I gotta grow. Gotta grow as an individual. Gotta make some updates.
I'll go Gladiator, The Dark Knight.
Ooh.
And I'm in between 2. I don't know which way to go.
Well, you gotta go. You said you gotta go comedy, so you decide between 2 comedies.
No, comedy's not in there.
Wow. That's intense, man, for being on a deserted island.
I guess the play might be find the longest movies you could find.
It's either Interstellar or Remember the Titans.
I would go Remember the Titans.
I
Interstellar.
love Interstellar.
I'm not saying
I
you
just watched it
shouldn't.
on the plane. It's fantastic. I could watch it again tomorrow.
I know, but that's a movie that just gets you in your head a little bit. Well, I'm thinking Inception, but also Interstellar. Interstellar also kind of, gets in your head a little bit. And
Yeah, it's a little
you've already
thinker.
got two rather deep,
I'll go Remember the
intense
Titans.
movies
Good
already.
Good soundtrack.
Oh, fantastic soundtrack.
Yeah, gets me going. I'll go Remember the Titans. Gladiator, Dark Knight, Remember the Titans.
Josh, what do you got?
Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this.
Josh in the corner.
Almost Heroes. Chris
Time's up.
Farley. That's it.
I'm kidding. What do you got?
Yeah. Man, it would be hard for me. Almost Heroes.
I don't even know what that movie is.
Never heard
It's
of it.
Chris Farley's last movie. Him and Matthew Perry are racing Lewis and Clark to see the Pacific. It's hilarious.
That sounds funny.
That does sound funny,
It's
actually.
very funny.
Yeah.
What's it called? Almost
Heroes.
Heroes.
Yeah.
And it's like back in time of like with
Yeah.
like Lewis and Clark times. I'm gonna have to give that a watch.
Dude, it's so quotable too. Probably like
Ooh.
so. If I already have Chris Farley, so maybe Dumb and Dumber. It would probably be all comedy for me. I don't have time to watch something that doesn't make me laugh.
The Other
I don't
Guys
know.
is up there for me, by the way. As far as
Ooh.
comedy goes, that would probably
As
be
far as rewatchable
Yeah.
movies, that's a great
Yeah,
pick.
that's a good point because like I
Incredible
already
quotes.
almost know some of these movies quotables, so like I can't just keep picking them.
Yeah.
Can I cheat? Can I do Ken Burns' baseball documentary?
Oh my gosh.
Because that would take a long time to get through, and that would pass the time. That would pass the time.
I think I'd rather just have two movies.
I would rather
I don't know, man.
I can't do it. I can't
look.
do it.
I respect the play.
I
I
love
respect the play. I love baseball, but
Hey,
wow.
So I'm on the spot. I've never thought about this. I'm not much of a movie guy, to be honest with you. Like
Sounds
there's
like it.
movies I've watched and I've liked, and then like once I've seen it, I don't need to watch it again. There's few
that's
that I
terrible.
watch
You're living-
again. Comedies.
But couldn't that go for watching anything like the Ken Burns documentary? Like once you've seen it, like why would you need to watch it again?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I guess I don't know.
It is a good question.
It's a
I've
good
never
like
watched it.
I could vibe out and just like lay there and not do anything, and it kind of like you're in and out of sleep, and I mean you're by yourself forever. I don't know.
What about TV shows? Can we do
That's
this
true.
with TV shows?
Cheers.
I think I keep
Cheers, hands down. Cheers. Not even close. I won't
Let's
even think
three-
about
let's
it
go.
twice.
Three TV shows.
Let's
Cheers,
go 2
cheers, and
hours
cheers.
tonight. Let's go 2 hours. Let's really lock in here.
Three TV shows.
I'd be bad at this.
Casey's definitely got The Office in there.
Office.
Has
Yeah.
to be there.
Yeah, that's good.
Shoot. Definitely, funny enough, we're talking island. I would not have Lost on there. For
You know
some
what,
reason,
though?
people love Lost. We were just talking about that with somebody the other day. Just
When you get to that
terrible.
last season, you're like,
Oh, it's-
I wasted the last 6 months of my life watching.
Well,
and we
maybe
watched
the
it
play-
during like the very beginning of COVID. So how do you think we felt? We're like, what are we?
What a
What is
waste.
going on in the world? What is going on with our lives?
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Maybe the play
No
is
spoilers.
something like that, something like Survivor and Castaway. You might actually get off this island by the end of it.
That's true.
Great.
Reality TV is not a bad play either. There's like 47
Yeah.
seasons of Survivor. So
They're on 49 right now.
Gilligan's Island.
You're kidding?
I'm dead
I just threw
serious.
a number out there.
No,
Really?
they're literally on 49. Next season will be 50.
That's big time.
My.
What's his name?
That was a
Jeff?
good guess.
Jeff?
Oh yeah, Jeff Probst.
That's a good guess.
That's a good guess. Yeah, Office.
You gotta wonder if there's like a game show, like you throw out like Family Feud or something.
Oh, man.
No.
25 years of Family Feud shows.
No, I took my brother. We went to we took him out for like his bachelor. It was just me, him, and my dad. We just went out for like his bachelor weekend thing. Just went out to a little like lake or whatever, and they had a TV, and it was like the limited channels that you could choose from, and it was like
good old days.
It was the old people game show channel, and then like the local news station, and then like a couple others. And so like, all right, I guess we're watching Family Feud, and we watch it for like maybe an hour and a half. By the end of it, I'm like, I've seen. I mean, I'd seen it before, but after watching it for an hour and a half, I'm like,
Was this pre Steve Harvey?
No, it was Steve Harvey, but I'm like, you kind of get the gist after like an hour and a half. You know, it's kind of like there's. The jokes are the jokes, and the game is the game. You know, I don't know.
I think that Steve Harvey kind of, I like him on that, but it would be a lot. It's the same thing over and over.
I like Steve.
I love Steve, but that's a lot of Steve.
I do too, but it's a lot of Steve, and you've seen all the antics if you've watched it for an hour and a half. We still doing it?
You looking up shows?
I'm like blanking on shows for some reason. Love Parks and Rec.
But you gotta sprinkle variety in, guy. If you got Office, you can't go Parks and Rec.
That's a good point.
That's true. It's literally the same people. Ooh, Band of Brothers.
I was thinking Band of
That's
Brothers.
a great.
I wish it was longer though.
Yeah. Pause.
It's only like 8 or 9 episodes.
That's a good option. There's something that I'm trying to think of that we watched like recently, right, within the last like 3 or so years. I'm struggling to remember what it was. Am I the only one going right now,
Suits?
Nate? Are you?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Suits.
what I'm thinking of. Okay, yeah. Suits. I was
Great
like,
show.
we've literally watched this recently. Suits. I'll throw Suits out there. The Office. Thank you. That was gonna kill me if I couldn't remember that. And I won't say it's like a top 3 show of all time, but I would take it Deserted Island, Friday Night Lights.
Great show.
Fantastic show.
Just finish that.
White Collar, another good one.
Yeah. I tried. Paige didn't like it.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I made it like 5 episodes in, and I was like, we got to get past the first season. She's like, no, I'm all done.
As with every show.
Yeah.
I feel like you owe every show at least that.
Yeah.
Cheers, though. Cheers first season, most watchable season.
I'm telling you, JB is secretly 67 years old.
I found out how old he was before we started the pod tonight. I don't know if you know how old he is.
He could be 23 or he could be 78 years old.
Yeah.
You're young, aren't you, Josh? How old are you?
Well, COVID ages the brain by 20
You don't-
years.
You don't have to.
Did you like Cheers before COVID, or did you come out of COVID and you were like, I
Dude,
like
Cheers
this
is
show?
Cheers.
Did
is
you
my-
like
Cheers? Is
Cheers?
my all-time
Hey, Josh,
favorite.
did you like Cheers when it originally aired?
I don't think so. I would have been a bit young for Cheers.
A couple shows that have yet to be named that I feel like are owed the respect here in the conversation. Friends and Seinfeld, couple all-time greats.
I can quote Friends with the best of them for sure.
And there's a lot there too.
Yeah.
So I think Friends would be a good one. But then it would have to be something different. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, dude. I want to watch Friday Night Lights.
I don't watch TV.
It's great. Yeah. How
Josh,
old are you?
Josh, what do you do?
How old are you?
I watch baseball.
He watches Cody Ponce highlights.
Live sports, or else I'm doing something else. Like I just don't like not doing something. I would pick up, and this doesn't happen all the time.
Watch something.
I would
wish I
pick
could
up
just
a
watch TV.
game, like a video game, before I would watch something.
I respect it.
Friday nights, Sea of Thieves, that's my jam. I only play it on Friday nights. But Friday nights, that's my night to play Sea of Thieves. That's my video games.
How old are you?
What is Sea of Thieves? Is this like
Ooh.
a dominoes game?
Not answering this question on purpose.
It's a pirate game. I'm all pirate.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Oh, I see.
Unbelievable. Right on brand.
Yeah, it's
right.
on brand.
Cap it off with a show. Nate,
Yeah.
Cap it off with a show?
you got to finish your list, right?
Yeah, this is really tough.
I think we spent more time on this question than we talked about Dylan Cease, for the record.
That might be true.
It's
Well,
our
don't worry.
podcast,
Trivia's got
so-
you. Trivia's got you with more Dylan Cease.
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
So
we got
gotta
trivia.
do
Let's get to trivia with Dylan Cease stuff.
Yeah.
Let's go 3 hours with this thing. I'm here for it.
I don't think I can narrow it down, guy. I just don't think.
What do you
can.
have? What did you submit so far? You had
Nothing. I don't know.
nothing?
I can't submit anything.
I thought you had like 2, or maybe you were just throwing stuff out.
I was throwing stuff out for you. There's so many good shows. I love shows. I'll take show. I love movies, but I'll take shows over movies.
Yeah. Less of a
Longer
commitment.
burn.
Yeah.
So
the
longer,
commitment, that's the
slower
big
burn.
Yeah, that's the
Yep.
biggest thing is you can jump in and out. You're not
Yeah, I get that. I can see right through that though, because my wife says that movies take too long, but she'll happily sit there for 3 consecutive episodes of a
right,
show.
but
Yeah.
you have the flexibility if you don't want to in a given night. That's the difference.
And you didn't have to wait as long. You still got the first thing resolved in 30 minutes. Then you go to you got a brand new storyline.
Exactly. Meredith, God love her, she has no problem stopping a movie like 2/3 of the way through.
No,
and
no,
being like,
no,
let's
can't
finish
do
up
that.
tomorrow.
No,
and I'm
no,
like,
no,
you
no.
can't do that.
No.
I've actually stopped. Paige will fall asleep with about 12 minutes left in an episode, and I'm like, I'm past that point where I'm just like, I'm not pausing it for you. We're not starting this thing up. I'm gonna
Yeah, that's nuts.
look. You
Let's
better hope
pause
that the
at
next
the-
episode's got a recap previously on, because that's the best you're gonna get out of me.
You're gonna miss the literal best part of that given episode.
Bro, she knows too. She like hides her face from me when we're like, and I'm like, I know what you're doing. I know you're getting comfier. I know it's a matter of
Crazy.
seconds. I can't do shit. I'm sorry, I can't. I
This
need
was
more
your
time to think
idea, by
about
the
it.
way.
Yeah.
It was.
All right, let's get on to trivia then. Let's
Let's get on to it.
Talk a little
So
bit.
check this out. Since 2021, Dylan Cease is the only
This is
pitcher
gonna take us
in
another
baseball.
30 minutes, by
A
the way.
week. It's gonna take us a week.
It
We'll
might.
see you guys at
I
Christmas.
can already tell.
He's the only pitcher in baseball to start at least 32 games every year for the last 5 seasons. So there is value. I mean, like, listen, the best ability is availability. He gets some added value there.
Sure.
He's reliable. He's posting.
Did you say 1 of 5?
2021 to 2025, he's the only.
Oh, the
person,
only.
the only pitcher. I lowered the minimum to 30 starts, and there are 3 other pitchers to post at least 30 starts in all 5 seasons. Who are they?
Is Kevin Gausman in the mix?
Dude, Kevin Gausman. We're 1 for 1.
Go!
1
for
for
you.
1. Let's go. 2 more.
Good for you. Good for you.
And I will give you a hint right out
Logan
of the
Webb.
gate. Close. 4.
Oh,
Hey, 22 through 25, Logan Webb, 4. A hint is one of these guys is a free agent, but he's a bit on the. He's not one of the top, but a reliable arm.
wow! Way to start that. Way to
Yeah.
start it, KC.
Well, I feel like he was about to say on the older side.
I was, but
Verlander.
no,
What? No,
he
Worth
was,
a shot.
no,
he
it
was just
wasn't.
injured.
Of all the shots, that's
30
certainly
starts.
one of them.
Yeah, we're looking for 30 starts every year since 2021.
So, so what you're saying is I was right with Logan Webb, except he's a year short.
He's
of
a year
your-
short.
of
2022 through 2025. He's 4 straight years.
Man, so I mean, I'm giving myself half a point there. That's a good start.
Well, there's only
Hit the button
yeah,
and
there's
end it real
7.
fast. Perfect. Perfect.
there's 7 more pitchers with 4 seasons. So we're 11 deep like that. And not
Great.
all of
Okay.
those are, some of those are 21 through 24, right? So
I like your threshold though. That's a
Too many
it's like
numbers being thrown at me.
I'm tracking with you, Josh.
So we've got Dylan Cease, we've got Kevin Gossman. There's 2 more. One of them is a free agent, and one of them might surprise you. There's a theme.
Sonny Gray.
Not Sonny Gray.
Who posts?
I'll see if he's on here.
Not
Sonny
you
Gray,
would-
just 2.
Nate, you would know this. Not Carlos Rodon, right?
His name crossed my mind.
3.
The last 3?
No.
Or you're saying just 3 years in
times
that-
in
in
that
that
span.
span.
Yeah,
Yeah.
between 22 and 25, 3. So 23 or 24, he didn't.
Man, I felt good with that Logan Webb pick. I thought we were just gonna have to dwindle this down to 1. Who posts? Somebody in Zach Gallen?
No, Gallon was 3.
Somebody in Texas? Am I missing somebody in Texas? Framber Valdez.
3.
Oh shoot! I was ready to hit
You were
the
ready to
button.
hit the button. You were.
You were ready to hit the button. So there was the free agent did pitch for Texas last year, but only last year, and pitched for a team relatively close to you before that.
I'm assuming that's Baltimore. Baltimore in Texas. DC in Texas.
Patrick Corbin.
There it
Patrick
is.
Corbin!
There it is. We got one more left, and
Wow.
this one is on. Like, there's a theme. If you remember the first 2, this is a huge hint here. There is a theme.
The first
You
2.
remember the first 2. This
Yeah.
is a riddle.
Cease
Cease and who did I say?
Gosman.
and
Gosman.
Gosman.
It's a
Patrick
Blue
Corbin.
Jay. It's a Blue Jay.
Maybe it's
Oh.
a Patrick Corbin.
It's a Blue Jay. Don't let.
Maybe it's a Patrick Corbin teammate.
No, he said the first 2. There's a theme. Listen to what he's saying.
It's a riddle.
It's not a riddle. It's a clue. It's a hint that he's
Who's
given us.
Jose Barrios.
There it is.
Bang it.
So listen
Bang
to
it.
this. Chris Bassett, who's a free agent now, but pitched for Toronto last year, also 4 since 2022. So
I was
like
actually thinking him too.
Toronto's looking at this thing. I mean, they're in pretty good shape right now. You've got
I
Cease
respect
now.
that.
You've got Barrios. You've got Gosman. They're kind of an old school team here. They're getting all
I
their
love
starts. They don't strike out. They put the ball in play.
I like that a lot.
However, they are looking.
it. Dang it, I hate
They're
it.
open to trading Barrios right now. We'll see. They got Ponce
Don't.
coming in now. They've got
good
Savage
brother.
coming up.
I don't want to hear this guy's name again. Ponce.
I'm excited to watch you, Savage.
Don't trade Barrios. We watched it firsthand with the freaking Dodgers. They had 17 starters going into the year, and they needed all of them because all of them went down. Don't trade anybody like that. Run a 6-man rotation if you need to. Don't trade anybody. Keep it healthy.
I love that.
I hate that I love that. I hate that I love what the Blue Jays are doing.
Excited.
Sadness.
What
They
else do
just
you guys
need
want to talk
Bichette.
about?
By the way, I will say too about what you said about Bichette earlier about whether or not he'll be willing to go to second base. I think he's going to have that sort of conversation no matter who he talks to. There's
agree.
been a lot of talk about Philly in third base, Boston in third base. There's a lot of the attention going to him might not be shortstop. So
Yeah, I
I
agree.
don't think he'll shy away at that.
I can't think about anything else except the fact that there's a very good chance we end up with Pete Alonso, from what I'm hearing. Or not that I'm hearing, just reading, consuming. Again, at a very high level. I'm not in the weeds, but so that's fun, I guess.
Thought you weren't getting caught up in the rumors.
I'm not. That's like very high level stuff. I'm not reading Heyman tweets to figure that out.
We got don't we got winter meetings next week?
Yes.
Isn't it this weekend or is it this next week?
It starts Sunday, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so. Love that. Let's go. Let's go to the winter meetings.
Like now?
Well, no, because they haven't started yet. I'm saying when they happen. Let's just go. We'll fly down. It's in Florida, right? Or is it Orlando?
It's Orlando.
Let's fly down to Orlando.
I don't think Orlando's that great.
Go to Disney World.
Definitely not in on that. Adults that go to Disney World without kids, red flag.
That's
Big red flag.
Whoa.
That's a hill I'll die on.
That's your hill to die on.
Nate, you're on fire tonight.
Yeah. Watch out for those people.
Anyway, what else do you want to talk about? You want to go down? You want to go to the winter meetings? You want to catch Boris in his natural element?
Let's sneak into the CBA agreements next year.
Where are those held?
An undisclosed.
Does anybody know?
location.
Yeah. Does anybody know?
We'll probably hear a lot about preliminary discussions at winter meetings. Next
Honestly, ship them to freaking South Dakota. Put them somewhere there's nothing else to do. Let's get this thing hammered out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Don't put them in
Except
some cool
you can
spot.
go ahead and leave Tony Clark behind and put somebody else in that position.
Yeah, I'm kind of
out on Tony.
I'm done with the attitude.
We need
there.
we need a new voice.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's getting too like.
Who would your ideal guy be?
I wasn't going to do that.
I
There's
got a
smarter
name.
people than me.
Who's your guy? Who's your
I
name?
would say CC, dude. CC would just be like,
I wouldn't hate it.
yeah.
And his
He would
wife
just
is an
cut
agent,
through the
right?
BS. Yeah.
So he has like a little bit of a business lens to work through there. I guess.
I think he'd cut through
I
the
don't know
BS for
how much
sure.
value it'd be. Yeah.
And doesn't he have like like him and old Bobby Manfred? They get along, don't they?
Sure. I don't know.
I think so.
I mean, off the field, I feel like CC would be a hard guy to get along, or a hard guy not to get along with.
yeah.
Yeah. You almost tripped yourself up there.
No, I'll give him his
It's like a
credit.
big bear.
Yeah, I'll give him his credit. He seems like a good dude to hang out with. Wouldn't want to mess with him on the field, obviously, but
Who's the last guy you would ever want to be?
Dustin Pedroia.
Max Scherzer.
They would.
Really?
He would never. He wouldn't compromise on a single thing.
I was going to say Jonathan Papelbon, so that's pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
How about too? Cut from the same cloth, I guess.
Yeah.
That's
Good
funny.
stuff.
We arrived there at the same place.
This is a ridiculously long episode.
Well, what else you want to talk about?
He keeps saying.
What else you got?
I'm here for the long haul. This is
Read
fun.
through some comments.
You want to read through some comments?
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's almost midnight for you guys.
Yeah, man, it's nuts.
We still got a while.
You're a night owl, JB. Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost bedtime for me.
People agree with me on my take that this Pirates logo is one of the most criminally underappreciated logos of all time.
Sure.
I mean, I would agree with that. I'm biased in two different ways because I grew up near Pittsburgh, so I like the Pirates, but also I like pirates. So I just think that all their stuff is the coolest stuff.
I'm with you there. Yeah, let's read through some comments another time. We can wrap it. I don't want to go down too many rabbit holes. Let's wrap it. I'm gonna go hang out with my dog for a little bit before we call it. So
It's a confusing comment. I don't think people really read posts sometimes.
I don't think they do either. Have you heard? All right, here's something we can talk about. Have you heard about the dead internet theory?
No.
I'll give you an official definition. The dead internet theory posits that the internet is no longer dominated by organic human-created content and interactions, but has been largely taken over by artificial intelligence and bots.
I buy that.
According to the theory, AI-driven accounts now create most content, manipulate engagement metrics, and generate fake interactions to achieve goals like financial gain or propaganda. In other words, the people that you're interacting with online aren't actual people.
Sure.
Which relates to what you're saying is that I just
Have
we're
you heard
lacking.
About that, have you heard about that guy on TikTok who is like stuck as a time traveler? And he's like going to different places and not seeing anybody.
Yes.
He's just alone.
Yes, I've seen that.
That's pretty wild. That's a wild.
I mean, it's got to be
thing to-
AI, right?
I don't know. They tell him like go to certain places or like go to this restaurant at this time. I'll be there. And he goes there and it's empty. It's odd. But like he's like walking through Times Square and it's like there's no way you can't get Times Square to be empty. Movies spend like millions of dollars to do that for like a film, but like there's no way.
That's
Strange.
I'll hear you on that for sure. Let's round it out with agreeing that we need to do a 3-0 fake sometime
Agreed.
soon,
Agreed.
and we'll leave it there. That's all we got. That was fun. Good stuff.
Very. I feel like we touched all bases tonight.
I think we did. I think we covered most, if not everything. Not just in baseball, but literally everything. Yep.
Shows, movies, kidnapping.
Again, on record, not happening
I feel like we did well on trivia.
You did very well in trivia.
comparatively. We did well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't say much. Don't go chasing curveballs.
We love you all, and as always, looking forward to talking more baseball and amongst other things with you guys soon. Until next time, stay filthy.